Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And this New York Knicks team is very fun to watch. They are very exciting. They have a chance to extend their winning streak up against the Miami Heat tonight, and they have a chance to go on an 8-game winning streak, and maybe that even expands to 10. At some point, though, you do have to lose, but once you start winning, like, especially as a fan, when you're watching your team win, it becomes money. Like, you're so addicted to money, and then you're so addicted to winning. It's like you want more of it. You want more. Like, give me more wins. But the reality is, there's going to be a night that you lay an egg. It's just the nature of the NBA. It's just the nature of players. Players are going to have an off game. The team's going to have an off game, and that's okay. But obviously, you want to be as successful as possible moving forward, and you want to be as successful when it comes to closing out the season as well. If you want to jump up to that 4th seed, I know some people might want that underdog mentality. Stay at that 5th seed and have game 1 on the road. You want to have the whole world against you, like you're back against the wall type of mentality. A lot of people like that underdog type of mentality, but I'm cool with the 4th seed, obviously. That would be freaking awesome. In the 2020-21 season, we were that 4th seed, and we won 41 games. But this Knicks team has more talent, and I feel there's more upside compared to that squad. So the Knicks are 10 games over 500 as of right now when I'm recording this video before we play the Heat tonight. We're 37-27. We're on a 6-game winning streak when it comes to at home, a 7-game winning streak in general. You have 2 stars, in my opinion, on the squad. Jalen Brunson didn't make the All-Star team. I'm not going to go into the debate. He should have made it over Jrue Holiday and all that. Jrue Holiday's still one hell of a player. I'm not saying one should have made it over the other, but when you are a top 4 seed, or when you're the number 1 seed, but obviously when Jrue Holiday was named an All-Star, they were the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. When you're a top 3 seed, when Middleton's out, who's a big-time part of your squad, you're going to have more than one all-star on your squad, because the NBA is going to look at what helped this team be successful even without a Chris Middleton. Oh, Jrue Holiday helped out as well, not just Giannis Antetokounmpo, even though Giannis obviously was the biggest piece of it. But Jalen Brunson has been an all-star this season. Just this league is so stacked at the end of the day. It's hard to give everyone an all-star nod. Like James Harden wasn't an all-star. We know he's one of the best manipulators and passers. So you have Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson who have been all-stars this season. Both have played like all-stars. Back in that 2020-21 squad, Julius Randle was a one-man show. Yes, RJ Barrett was solid, but I'm not going to say he was like some fantastic player. He did his job knocking down the corner threes. He had some moments that he drove strong to the basket, finished well at the basket, but you weren't getting 20 a night from him. Most of the pressure was on a Julius Randle. RJ did play much better defensively in year 2, but you take a look at the starting lineup compared to the Knicks starting lineup now. Looking at the point guard position, Elfrid Payton. I don't like to put labels or ceilings on players, but Elfrid Payton, during that time, I'm like, we kind of know who Elfrid Payton is. He's going to snag rebounds. He's going to make solid reads out there on the floor, but he's never going to play with the right consistent pace. He'll occasionally give you a triple-double, not like on a consistent basis. Obviously, triple-doubles are really hard, but there's the inconsistency of spacing the floor. There's sometimes him forcing shots at the basket, him ignoring RJ Barrett. It just seemed like he had a constant 2-man game with Julius Randle. It's like, what Elfrid Payton are we going to get? We don't have that conversation with a Jalen Brunson. It's never like, what Jalen Brunson are we going to get? Even if Jalen Brunson's shot is off, I feel he makes the right read out there on the floor. I'm not saying it's his pass-first Jason Kidd, but still, because he's such a threat of scoring the ball from 3 levels, mid-range, the outside, and the inside, there's so much pressure put on a Jalen Brunson, which opens up more for Julius Randle that we didn't have that season. But you have Jalen Brunson, who has one of the best bags in the league. He is one of the best arsenal moves, or a combination of crossovers, hesitations, up and unders. He just has it all. He can get to the free throw line. We never had that consistent floor spacing with an Elfrid Payton. Jalen Brunson is shooting 41% from 3. He can make the right reads when the defense is attracting on him. He has the fadeaways. He has it pretty much all when it comes to his offensive bag. So Jalen Brunson has been extremely consistent this season. I'm not saying he didn't have bad games, but it's just like, we can count on Jalen Brunson more than a freaking Elfrid Payton. Like, let's be real. Elfrid Payton definitely helped out on the defense side of the basketball. Not going to say he was crazy good. I thought his defense was pretty overrated. And he definitely was one of the main reasons we went to the playoffs. Like, he was still a starter when it came to that playoff team. I'm not saying he was the top reason why. But we could all agree that Jalen Brunson's better than Elfrid Payton. You have a player, Jalen Brunson, that you can count on down the stretch when there's 1 minute left, this team's down 3 or up 3, it's like we know Jalen Brunson's going to be able to get to a spot from mid-range. We know he's going to be able to get to that step back 3. We know he's going to be able to draw a foul. We know he's going to be able to put up a floater, somehow going to sneak a shot off near a big man. Like, we can count on Jalen Brunson. We're like, we know he can get to a spot. While you take a look back at the 2020-21 squad, Julius Randle was freaking brilliant. He was amazing. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but I always felt when Julius Randle would have the ball with 1 minute left in a very crucial game, I just didn't always think he was going to make the right play, or I couldn't really always consistently count on him to get to a spot or even execute from a spot, while there's a totally different feeling with Jalen Brunson. So now with Brunson on the squad, I feel like more is going to open up for Randle. Pressure is going to be taken off of him, playoff time, and continue while this season goes on. That's just my thoughts and opinion, though. While you look back at that squad, Julius Randle hit some very difficult shots. Don't get me wrong. He would hit ridiculous fadeaways, threes from the outside when you're taking a look at that 2020-21 squad. But can you count on, like, Julius Randle consistently getting to that spot in the playoffs and it's like that shot's going in? Or even if, like, Randle is getting to his spots, can you count on anyone else on a consistent basis to hit difficult jump shots off the dribble? That team didn't have 2 difficult shot makers in the lineup. RJ Barrett maybe had difficult shots made around the basket, but off the dribble, step backs, mid-range, 3-level score, didn't have that. Elfrid Payton didn't bring that to the table. And Reggie Bullock, another guy I appreciated on defense. You know, he really caught fire from 3 in the second half of the season. You know, he moved the ball around. He made the right play out there on the floor. I really appreciated his hustle, his tenacity, his leadership. But we knew what Reggie Bullock was. We knew he was a solid player. He was a veteran in this league. And maybe Grimes is just a solid player, but he's young, and I feel there's more upside off the bounce. That was the thing with Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock, you couldn't count on him to create his own shot. He was an occasional pump fake to get the defender up in the air, one dribble, put up a 3. Quentin Grimes, he needs to work on his handle. Sometimes it is sloppy. You've seen him turn the ball over at times. But if you give Grimes the ball in the corner, and especially when he's on fire from 3, he can get the defense to chase him off the 3-point line, and then that means the defender goes flying. I'm not like flying's kind of being dramatic, but when he has the ability to shoot the 3 ball and they go out to contest, Grimes has that lethal first step to get to the basket, and not just get to the basket, but dump it off inside. So Grimes is more versatile when it comes to passing the ball, being that versatile, has that versatile skill set of driving to the basket. Obviously, there needs to be more of a consistency of knocking down that 3 ball, but he's shown to be a very solid defender as well. Reggie Bullock definitely does have the experience in the defensive department, but there's more upside with Grimes. There's more upside there. And again, he needs to knock down his open threes. But you saw how valuable he was last game versus the Brooklyn Nets. And when there's more scoring options, like a RJ that's in the lineup, Jalen Brunson, and Randle this time, Grimes is going to have those open looks. He's definitely going to have to knock down the playoffs, like from 3. Like Randle, defense is attracted on him. You know, they rotate over on a Brunson and RJ. It's like, Grimes, you got to knock it down. Or if nothing's there, lob it up to Mitchell Robinson, which he does good with. But there's more upside with Grimes because Grimes is at the point of his career. It's only his 2nd season that he's still learning. And we've seen some brilliance from him. We've seen some not so great moments as well. But there's definitely more upside there that you could say when we had Bullock was already labeled something. We knew what Bullock was. Grimes, we still don't know what he fully is yet. Again, you could say he's a decent player and all that, but you don't know what he fully is yet. So there definitely is more upside when it comes to scoring the basketball. You know, there's more shot creation off the bounce. And I think this Julius Randle is smarter than that Julius Randle. Yes, you could look at his assists, and his assists are down, but you do have to realize Randle was doing he was the main ball handler in that lineup. He was literally our point forward. That, like, the spacing was affected that much. You would have Julius Randle dribble up the ball, and you would have Elfrid Payton on the wing sometimes. Elfrid Payton's not a threat to shoot the ball at all, so that would really make our offense stagnant at times. This offense is better this season. Yes, it's not some crazy complicated or constant movement within the offense, but it is better because we have better personnel when it comes to scoring the basketball at the end of the day. But yes, Randle's assists are down, but I feel he's making rapid, quicker decisions. There still is moments that I feel like he holds onto the ball too long, but I do still see some growth from a Julius Randle. There's still ball dominancy moments, but it's gone down. And he doesn't settle for, like, he still takes fadeaway jumpers, but I feel it's not as much settling as it was last season. I see more of an attacking, working downhill, like better attitude Julius Randle that's more locked in on defense. And his three-point shot has definitely gone up. He started off the season shooting like 31% from three. It's gone up to, I believe, 35% from three at the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen if I am wrong. But if I'm right, it won't be on the screen. Probably not right. But he's averaging 25 points per game this season. He's averaging 10 rebounds. He's distributing the ball. He's averaging more than 3 assists per game out there. And when locked in, he's a good defensive player. There's sometimes I'm like, why is he in the paint leaving his guy wide open for three, which sometimes allows open threes. But I feel he's a better leader. He's looked himself in the mirror. Like, this is what I got to do better. No excuses. I got to have a better attitude. And I feel he's getting less texts. I feel he's just making better reads out there on the floor. And it's just with more anticipation, not just telegraphing his passes as much. This dude has just been a beast on the boards, second chance opportunities, getting to the free throw line, mid-range three-point. He's been brilliant. He's been a freaking crazy scorer in the first quarter. And that's what I love. We have Randle, who can get off to good starts in that first quarter, scoring the ball. And then you have Brunson that you can count on in the fourth quarter. And if everything breaks right when it comes to progression, RJ could be that second quarter guy. Like RJ's second or third quarter. So we have guys that can go quarter by quarter. We can count on them to score the ball. There still needs to be still a consistency with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's kind of I don't even know what to feel with him. You have games that he's solid defensively, and then times he can't move around the screen, or he just leaves his man. He's ball watching too much. You have games that he's finishing well off the basket, and then games it's just like I feel he's gotten better finishing at the basket, but still not consistent. The three-point shot just needs to be better. It does. There's no excuses, in my opinion, and he just needs to play a role, and I feel that's what he's been doing lately. He hasn't really been forcing the issue. Just be a role player out there on the floor. You don't always have to have this alpha mentality of, I'm going to go out there, drop 50. No, if there's an open lane, drive. If there's an open shot, shoot it. If there's someone open in the corner, someone roll to the basket, make that pass, and I feel like he has been doing that lately, so he has to stay in this role as a role player. But credit to Randle. Randle's been playing at an all-time high level, but we won't know until playoff time, though, when the pressure's on. Does he make those solid reads he's been making this season? Does he knock down those threes? Remember, he shot 30% from the overall field in that Hawks series. It was absolutely atrocious. And you can see that series broke him, and we'll see if he gets broken again when we play the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I think that's who we're going to be playing in the playoffs, and they have the rim protection of Mobley and Jared Allen. But credit to Randle. He's been playing like an absolute beast, and I hope he keeps it up. Mitchell Robinson, it's going to be different playoff time with a healthy Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs. And I feel like there's more versatility with the bigs offensively. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein, they're not some Jokic or Joel Embiid scoring the ball. But Nerlens Noel, he was a great rim protector. But he was literally nothing offensively. You pass the ball near the rim, his hands were like ping pong paddles. Good luck trying to execute an alley-oop with him. It was very inconsistent. While Hartenstein at least has a floater. He tries to back himself down the post. Like, Mitchell Robinson, obviously constant lob threat. Outside of that, he's not much offensively. He struggles from the free throw line, hasn't added a drop step or hook shot. But his versatility defensively, I feel he's matured more as a player. He's averaging nearly 10 rebounds per game, currently averaging 9.1 rebounds per game while I'm filming this video, which is a career high. If he can get to 10 rebounds per game, I would be very pleased with that. But we know he's one of the best rim protectors. We know he's gotten stronger. We know he's that ability to defend the perimeter when he wants to and when he's locked in. His screens, I feel like, has been getting better. His offensive boards giving us second chance opportunities is huge for this offense, especially now for an offense that has more than one shot creator in it. So you do have Mitchell Robinson, who's a beast, and hopefully he's healthy playoff time, and it's different than against Atlanta when we had Nerlens Noel as the starting center. And now you have Emmanuel Quickley coming off the bench that has proven himself more. Rookie year Quickley, he had brilliant moments. He had brilliant games, but then he also had games. It's just like inefficiency. While his efficiency has gone up this season. It's his third year in the NBA. He's stronger, he's smarter, he's more experienced. His three-point percentage is going up. He's having the most efficient season of his career. And it's crazy. His free throw percentage is actually at a low compared to his past seasons. He's still shooting over 80%, but he's getting back to drawing fouls. He's not just putting up floaters. He's able to get guys on his hips sometimes and shoot those mid-range, shoot those shots from the outside. He's very good defensively. He's very good at defending those pick and rolls, jumping those passing lanes. So you have Emmanuel Quickley's ability to score the ball, make solid reads. He has that connection with Obi. I'm not expecting Obi to play much when it comes to playoff time, but I like the second unit in general. You add Josh Hart, who's a veteran in this league, who's played with Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart is contagious with those steals, with that energy, playing so hard. Him getting these big-time momentum-changing steals lead to easier buckets in transition. For an Obi, for a Quick, for Hardenstein, whoever's out there on the floor, Josh Hart ignites so much. He's shooting, obviously, a ridiculous percentage from three since joining us. I don't know if that'll keep up, but he has a straight-line drive ability. We've seen him hit a mid-range jumper. I remember in that first Brooklyn game when he hit a ridiculous spin move, fadeaway jumper. Not expecting that on a consistent basis, but he makes solid reads. You see the two-man game with Hardenstein sometimes. He's cutting out there on the floor, which brings more to this offense. So this offense is more experienced, coming off the bench quickly, another year under his belt. Julius Randle, hopefully there's some learning playoff time this time. Even for an RJ, this is going to be RJ's second time in the playoffs. So you want to see the growth from this basketball squad. You really do want to see the growth. I'm not saying this team's going to win a championship, but maybe we make it to the second round. I want to see progress. I do. But this squad is more exciting. I feel there's more upside. There's more talent. We had the fourth seed in the 2020-21 season when we lost in the playoffs in the first round of 2021. Because yes, the coaching took us there in my opinion. Julius Randle and coaching I thought took us to a whole other level that season. Because say what you want about Tom Thibodeau, and I've been critical of Tom Thibodeau, he's way better than Jeff Hornacek, way better than a Mike Miller, David Fizdale. He took over pretty much a David Fizdale team and brought them to the playoffs. There wasn't much changes within that team at all, except RJ, I believe, had another year of experience. But there's more talent on the squad. Again, I'm not saying we're going to hold up the Larry O'Brien trophy, but this team is exciting. They're fun to watch. I feel there's chemistry. There's a lot of excitement. Let me know down below your thoughts on the squad. There's pressure taken off of Julius Randle now. You have Jalen Brunson on the squad. And this team's feeling like family. You also take a look at this offense when it comes to playoff time. I don't think it's going to be just give the ball to Julius Randle, treat him like Carmelo Anthony, ISO, ISO, ISO. Now you have Jalen Brunson that can get buckets as well, so it's not going to be a one-dimensional offense. I'm not saying it's going to be this awesome offense that it's just like so much cuttings involved, but there's going to be more involved in this offense. I really do believe that when it comes playoff time. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.